Hey everyone, this is Dane Young with itvce.com. You can find me on Twitter at YoungTech. I'm really excited to share this video with you. In the last blog post that I wrote, I shared an introduction and overview of Windows Server 2016 with Storage Spaces Direct. And in this video, I'm going to show you what an automated deployment looks like using Hyper-V Server 2016, which is the free hypervisor, along with Microsoft Deployment Toolkit and Windows PowerShell. So what I've done here is I've prepared my environment using MDT with an admin workstation, and I have a number of VMs that are available here, and the deployment would be very similar if I was using physical servers versus virtual machines, but I've just done VMs for quickness of deployment and to validate that everything's working properly. So what I have is a couple of VMs that are booting up to my light touch ISO, which is connected to my MDT servers, and I have created a custom wizard, an input form that will capture all the necessary parameters and arguments that we need to pass to the Hyper-V deployment sequence. So we'll go ahead and fill this out: computer name, domain, information about authenticating the domain, as well as network interface card information. You can find the blog post for all the details on how to configure this form for all the parameters. So I have, of course, sped this up a little bit to ease things for the viewer. So we'll go ahead and click Next on each of these forms, and the deployment sequence will go ahead and kick off. And what you're seeing here is over the course of the next minute or so, the Hyper-V deployment task sequence is going to progress along. And what I did was I grabbed the ISO of Hyper-V Server 2016, imported into MDT, and then created a task sequence. Then I modified the task sequence to include a Hyper-V PowerShell script that you can see executing right here with run PowerShell script deploy wiz _ Hyper-V _ step 1. And that's going to configure all the necessary parameters for each of the Hyper-V hosts. And then in the next task sequence, you saw it was kicking off an enable RDP command that we had set up. Deployment time is awfully quick, especially when I'm speeding up the video like this, but generally speaking, the virtual machines deploy in about 5 to 10 minutes, and physical environment would be about 10 to 15 minutes, going through all the reboots and everything that's needed here. Alright, and pretty soon all three of these will be complete, and we'll go ahead and click OK on the dialog boxes, and then validate that the system names were set properly and they are joined to the domain. There's a couple other validation steps that you can perform. I have those outlined in the blog. Things like checking the network interface cards to make sure that they were renamed and joined to the correct teams together. All of that is outlined in the blog, and you can do that directly from these consoles using PowerShell. That's about it for now. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to configure all three of these nodes into a cluster using a PowerShell script that I've written. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video.